aspects of health and well-being. So we're thinking about materials, but we're also thinking about mental health. We're thinking about water, and we're thinking about air quality as well. So we really need to think about health and well-being in a holistic lens. And I think that this has been a significant shift over the last 12 to 18 months around what people think about when they think about a healthy building. And it's really important that we continue to have pioneers like Monaco Tower and the work that Carmen and others are doing around Southeast Asia to basically show what that looks like. The other thing that I wanted to mention in relation to the healthy buildings movement is that it will be for nothing if we don't have a focus on equity. We can't continue to have healthy buildings just for the few and not for the many. We can't have the World Building Standard being seen as something that is healthy for the wealthy. It needs to be equitable in nature. So once again, this is why it's so important to have pioneers like Carmen and other and Raymond as well, who's recently had some amazing achievements with the Well Health Safety Rating, being able to demonstrate that this is possible in countries like the Philippines, that this is possible throughout Southeast Asia. If we are only being able to demonstrate that this is something that can be done in Melbourne, Australia, or in New York City, we've failed. Because what we need to do is we need to show that health is equitable as well, and that it is your human right. The third point that I wanted to mention in relation to this healthy buildings movement is that it needs to be performance-based. And we need, I think it was, I can't remember who it was, but somebody mentioned earlier that you can't manage what you don't measure. And we need to be measuring our buildings better. We need to, you know, often we have this conversation in Australia and in the US and England or the UK where we're saying that it's best practice to measure the air quality within your building. It shouldn't be best practice. It should be normal practice. It should be standard practice for every single building to be measuring the air quality within their building, to be measuring the water quality that is coming out of their tap. So unless we're actually focusing on performance and unless we're validating that performance, I think that we're really just only touching the surface around this healthy buildings movement. So they're the 3 points that I wanted to emphasize: the fact that a healthy building needs to be comprehensive, it needs to be equitable, and it needs to be focused on performance. I really see that as being the future of healthy buildings.